Welcome to Leader Lifestyle Hub. As we have set the target of completing 200 book summaries, here comes the book number 163. Let me share my screen. Here comes the book name, Hidden Potential, The Science of Achieving Greater Things. Let us see the target audience of this book. The 17-year-old high school senior, too timid to leave her hometown for a better college. Those who want to change the colleges from one college to another college. And 35-year-old athlete who believes it's too late to succeed on the field. And anyone who feels they lack the talent to make their dreams come true. For them, this book will be a hidden gem, hidden potential, the science of achieving the greater things, written by Adam Grant. Let us see the small synopsis. Hidden Potential asserts that everyone, not just geniuses and superstars, can achieve the greatest things. Let me repeat that. Everyone can achieve the greatest things, providing a three-part framework for developing character skills, sustaining long-term motivation, and designing opportunity systems that allows anyone to grow, learn, and reach their highest heights. Let us listen from the author himself, Adam Grant. People who make major strides are rarely freaks of nature. They are usually freaks of nurture. People who make major strides are rarely freaks of nature. They are usually freaks of nurture. In 1991, the US National Junior High Chess Championships in Detroit would become the scene of a miracle. The elite team from Dalton, a private school in New York, had won 3 titles in a row. What chance did the Raging Rocks, a band of rascals from a public school in the Harlem, stand? After a strong start followed by a crumbling of confidence and falling to the 5th place, the team rallied around their coach. Means when they failed, when someone asked what is the reason of failure, they told about their coach, Maurice Ashley. Carson Henry, the captain, managed to beat Dalton's best player, and the Rooks stood the title. How could a team with barely enough players that practices in park where drug dealers do their business beat Olympic level professionals? According to Adam Grant, it is all about hidden potential. Grant is an organizational psychologist and professor at Wharton Business School. He is a psychologist and professor. His books have sold millions of copies. In this one book, Grant explains that instead of focusing on innate genius and earth-shaking achievements, we should prioritize learnable skills. Whatever the skills that you are eager to learn, you should prioritize that. And how far people have come over there. When we do this, anyone can reach greater heights, including you and me. In Hidden Potential, the science of achieving greater things is a fascinating mix of steady data, unconventional insight, and deeply human stories. Potential is not a matter of where you start, but of how far you travel. Let me repeat this statement. Potential is not a matter of where you start. It's all about how far you travel. If you want to go far, you could do worse than start with this book. His books, other books like Give and Take, Originals, Think Again, and Option B are also a good reads. So it's all about how far you travel in your journey. Let us see the top 3 lessons. Grant suggests 3 key pieces to latent power puzzle, which is nothing but three-part framework: character skills, sustaining motivation, and systems of opportunity. Here is one lesson from the book about each of them to unlock your inner capabilities. First lesson that we can take from here is developing your character begins with starting before you feel ready. Second important lesson that we can take from here is progress often feels like going in circles. That is normal, just you need to keep going. And the most important lesson that from we can take here is brain writing is a better technique to produce results in a group than brainstorming meetings. Brain writing is a better technique to produce results in a group rather than brainstorming meetings. Whenever you form a group, you need to tell them, write down what their brain says. Let us crack open some rocks and unearth our inner diamonds. Unearth means uncover our inner diamonds. Shall we go? Yeah, let's get started. Lesson number 1. Start before you are ready and become a creature of discomfort. Start before you are ready and become a creature of discomfort. We tend to use the words character and personality synonymously. But according to the author, Grant, there is a distinction. Personality is your predisposition, your basic instincts for how you think, how you feel, and how you act. Character is your capacity which prioritize your values over your instincts. Let me repeat these two things again. Personality is your basic instinct for how to feel, how to think, and how to act. Whereas character, on the other hand, is your capability to prioritize your values over your instincts. In other words, personality is what you want to do, whereas character is what you choose to do. There is a lot of difference between these things. What is you want to do? There are a lot of things that you might want to do. That is all about personality. Which one you select, choosing factor decided by your character. One way to develop such character skills is start before you are ready. As a graphic by Liz Foslins shows, the longer you wait until you feel prepared, the slower your overall progress will be. So if you are waiting for longer time until you prepare something, until you master something, the progress will be overall slow. You don't need to get comfortable before you can practice your skills. Grant says that. Your comfort grows as you practice your skills. So whenever you practice your skills, your comfort grows that. Other ways of becoming a creature of discomfort, as Grant calls the state required for continuously improving. If you are the one person who is looking for a continuous improvement, then become a creature of discomfort. How do you do that? Let us see the 3 powerful techniques. Switching learning styles to what's most appropriate for what you are trying to learn, even if it is not your preferred one. Sometimes we don't like what we do, but we need to do it. So how do you do that? Switch the learning style. Take some tests, take some courses, take some books, whatever the things is you are doing, switch the learning style. Going beyond your limits and then figure out new challenges as you go along. It might be you have set a target of reading 1 hour book, or you can extend that 1 hour to 1.5 hours or 1 hour 10 minutes. Go beyond your limits and figure out new challenges as you go along. And the third powerful technique that we can do is setting a minimum mistake target. Mistakes has to be done in everyday basis, but you need to minimize the mistakes. Setting a minimum mistake target for each week or a day. When failing becomes part of the plan, it hurts less. Means if you fail 100 times today, tomorrow 150 times, then that becomes hurting to yourself. As a high school student and in an interview with a Harvard alum, Adam Grant dared to show him his magic tricks. His self-teaching and courage scored him a place at the school. Don't delay your dreams. Start before you are ready. Then improve it a little every day. So start it right now after this session. Whatever your dreams are, put some time over there and be ready for hitting the target. Let us see the lesson number 2. When it feels like you are stuck, then just keep going. You might be on the roundabout path to progress. Every time I go back to a book about self-love I am working on, I end up redoing the structure from scratch. It is still too convoluted, but with each cycle, it becomes more simpler, smoother, better. According to Adam Grant, I am on a slow up-viral spiral, the roundabout path to progress. Some of humanity's greatest achievements have happened in the second half of the people's lives, after 30 plus, after 50 plus. The problem is most people give up before they get there. So like how we have started 200 book summaries in the journey, some people might have started the same journey, but they might have give up in the between. R.A. Dickey is a baseball pitcher who, after some early access, languished in the minor league for years. At the age of 31, he began perfecting the knuckleball, a rare throwing technique. Having practiced his throw for over 30,000 times at the age of 35, he signed a multi-year $1 million contract with the New York Mets. Again, here we need to remember consistency and practice are needed. The drawback of a compass is that it only gives you direction, not all directions. Grant writes that. The drawback of a compass. You might have heard about a compass, how it will show the direction, even north, east, south, west, like that. So the limitation of that compass is that it only give you one direction, not all the directions. Sometimes you have to walk all the way back to the beginning to find a better way, or seek advice from multiple sources to find a solution where their ideas intersect. Like if you connect with at least 5 to 6 people, collect all the ideas and try to intersect each other. A side gig that feels like a detour can also be the springboard you need for a big breakthrough at your main occupation. Life is not a straight line, but a road full of the things we didn't expect. I always believe that life is like an ECG. Sometimes you will go down, sometimes you will come up. 33 men ended up stuck inside. There was a gold mine and copper mine in the desert. On that mine, 33 people got stuck. The Chilean government, a dozen companies from all over the world, and even NASA cooperated to try and save the 33 men. Andres Sogaret, the man in charge of the operation, needed ideas and very fast. There is a calamity is going to happen, so we need fast ideas. Instead of long brainstorming meetings where only the loudest people talk and no one really decides on anything. However, he decided to rely on what Grant calls as brain writing. Sogaret gathered submissions via a website from the whole world, including the UPS, including the Navy, and many solo engineers. Then he invited the people with most promising solutions and discussed their feasibility. Let us take another example. Pedro Gallo invented a mini yellow plastic phone to send down and communicate with the trapped miners. At first, his idea was rejected, but when later the audio of high quality camera failed, the team called him back. The $10 old school device worked, and Gallo spoke with the miners every day. So mini yellow plastic phone that he invented to send down and communicate with the trapped miners worked for it. Whenever you are tackling a problem as a group, have people collect their ideas individually before you meet. Then use your time to judge, select, and perfect existing ideas. It's not always a matter of life and death, but sometimes it is crucial that our group efforts succeed. like the 33 Chilean miners case, who after 69 days were finally rescued. After 2.5 months, they have been rescued. All safe and sound. Thanks to a hole dug with the tools, yet another volunteer suggested. Try brain writing. You and your team won't regret it. Now we have a lot of options. We can have Slido, we can have Google Forms to get all the responses of your team or your supporting mentors, so that you can simply get collective ideas and select from them. So let me repeat the 3 lessons again. Develop your character instead of developing your personality. What is the difference between character and personality? Personality is all about what you want to do, and character is about what you choose to do. So this is all about character skills. Focus on the character skills. Second thing that we have learned is progress often feels like going in circles, but you need to maintain the consistency. Just keep going. And the third powerful technique that we have seen here is brain writing. So instead of brainstorming meetings, in the meetings, only one person talks and other persons digest the information. Whereas the brain writing, everyone put their brains in their ideas to write something. And after collecting all the brain writing ideas, you can pick the one which you prefer and which you can make it efficient. And let me repeat the statement of author again. People who make major strides are rarely freaks of nature. They are usually freaks of nurture, means because of the practice and consistency. I like one of the quotation again. I want to repeat it. I have seen somewhere around. Yeah. The drawback of a compass is that this only gives you one direction, not all directions. So focus on only one direction right now. After that, once you travel for some time, you can move on to the second direction. So if you are not progressing in any skill, try to change the learning skills, switch the learning styles, and focus on the direction. That's all from my side. If you have any queries, shoot out with me, or if you have any lessons that you have taken, share with the group or share in the comments. Do like, share, and subscribe. Stay connected, keep progressing.